Welcome back to the 200 challenge. We have passed the target. We have found 201 kilos, meaning this is episode -1. Little bit of a strange way of naming my episodes. Didn't really think it was going to be this easy to really hit the target, but nevertheless, here we are, and plenty of years left before we start putting the car back together. So in the garage right now, I've started to receive some parts. These are my Evo doors. I'm going to cover that in the next episode. I've received my 4-channel ABS, my LSD, a new lithium battery because the old one I had was not really very good. What you will not find in the garage right now is what is left of the car, because that's actually up in Norway right now. Because this episode here will cover how you get undercoating, paint, all of that stuff off the car. You can do that in many different ways. You could sandblast it, which means you vacuum your garage for years afterwards, because it's really impossible to get all the sand out, and it's really abrasive as well. You really have to rush into getting the primer onto the car after you sandblast it, and that didn't really fit the way I wanted to do this. So I found a company just on the border between Norway and Sweden, which is called BS Technique, and they do acid dipping, meaning this is acid trip. So I'm going to show you how it's done, how the process with acid dipping a car, how that works, what the pros are and what the cons are. Let's have a look. We have loaded up the caravan and we are on our way to Norway. And what we're going to do there is we're going to visit a company called BS Technique, where we're going to do some acid stripping, which is something really cool. And we're going to go after this one here, and we're going to remove everything that resembles glue, undercoating, paint, whatever it is that they put into the factory, and just strip it down to the bare metal. So before we did this, I actually took the time to weigh the chassis. So let's have a look at how that went. So first challenge of the day is figuring out how to weigh this bare naked chassis now. So it's still on the lift, still sits on the lifting point, so we're going to put it down on the ground, and then we're going to try to weigh one side at a time, because I only have one scale, and this one doesn't take the entire car. It takes 200 kilos, and I think this is just above 200 kilos. We'll see. One side at a go. What we're going to do, we're just going to take and lift this side here and put this beam under this lifting point and then that lifting point, and we're going to see just here how much this side of the car weighs, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. – 102 kilos. 110 kilos on this side, so 102 over there, 110 here. We managed to weigh the chassis. It's 212 kilos as far as we can tell. Next challenge is how do we get it from here up on my trailer. So there we go. The car is now on wheels. Slick. With the help of this, we made it. Just arrived at BS Technique now. Gonna unload the car, get it into the acid bath. Car is now on the floor. We're just about getting ready to start the process here. What I'm trying to do with this is that you see all this undercoating here that is all over the car. This amounts to as much as 30-40 kilos of the weight here, and this is, of course, it's protection and corrosion protection. It's also sound attenuation, and when you look at this car, you see it really has this everywhere, on the inside, on the outside, under, in the wheelhouses here. You also have it on the inside of the car, not everywhere, but in many places. So this process here will eat away all of that. It will also take away all the paint, and it will also eat away the rust. So in these places here where we have a little bit of rust, this is going to go all away. The difference between this and blasting is that this leaves a little bit of a protective coating on the car, so it doesn't rust immediately, and that's good, as I'm going to have some other work with the car that I need to do after this. So let's see how this goes. As I was here, I also got to see an example of a car that has really gone through the process, and you can see it's really just completely bare. What's surprising with this example here is that this car has actually been here for a few months, and that is because you get this little bit of a protective coating from as opposed to when you sandblast the car, so it gives you plenty of time to work on your project, which really fits what I want to do with my car. So the car has now been up at BS Technique for about a week. I'm getting some updates here and there from them on the progress. They have been complaining a little bit because the amount of undercoating on a Porsche 964 is, as they describe it, unbelievable. They have never seen anything like this, and actually they had to extend the timeline that they needed to do the full treatment of the car with 1 week because there's so much under treatment. So what they do is first they put like a chemical all over the undercoating so you loosen it up. Then they try to blast it away with a high pressure gun. And once they've done that, they actually dip the whole thing in this black acid. So I got some footage from them showing how this looks, and it is literally just a big bath of acid. It looks really, really obscene. But as this comes up, they will take it up a few times, they will blast it off, they'll put it down, up and down, until it is completely bare. So I'm really keen at going there again, because once I go there the next time, I'm gonna see how it looks. After a pretty long drive, about 3 hours from where I live on my little island, I'm here at BS Technique, and I'm really, really psyched to see how the car looks. Let's go and have a look. So I'm here now just having a first look at the car, and wow, it is amazing. Look at this. It is so naked, the car. It is so completely naked. Nothing on it whatsoever. Remember before we looked at all this massive undercoating here? You can see exactly the spot welds, everything here now. It's completely bare. Looking at the inside, remember we were looking at all this undercoating here? There's absolutely nothing, it's just a bare sheet metal. You can see exactly how it's put together, all of the aspects of it. Going over to this side here, you can see all of the aspects of the interior, all the glue, and we had some asphalt here and all the glue back here. It's all gone. All the insulation we had in the front, completely gone. Outside, looking into the wheelhouses, even this, look at this. The pipe for the oil filler. It's really a pipe now. Going over to the back, really squeaky clean. I'm impressed. I didn't think it was going to get this clean, but really it does. And it does have this kind of protective coating on it, so it will not rust immediately, which gives me a little bit of time. Another aspect of this is that this here is a perfect surface welding. So next step now is getting the roll cage in, and they can essentially weld in this immediately right away with no preparation whatsoever. The other welds that I'm going to do is the cup welding here to make sure I stiffen up the chassis, and I can essentially just weld straight into this. So that's a really big benefit with this, and also really that I get time. I don't have to rush through and do this. I can take my time and do this over a few weeks before I start priming it and finishing it. We're going to do the same thing we did back in the garage. We're going to weigh one side at a time. So we made a bet here. I think we lost 30 kilos. My friend here, he thinks we lost 50 kilos. So let's lift it up and see how much it is. 98 kilos on the first side. I'm not sure we're doing this the right way, but let's see what we get on the other side. Hey there, mister, stop right there. This way of measuring the car just didn't work at all this time around. I don't know why. We tried on the first side once, and then we tried on the other side trying to add the two weights together since I only had one scale. In the end, I think we concluded that we lost about 20 kilos, which seems to be accurate. If you read online, it should be 20 to 23 kilos. So let's keep it at 20. Next challenge is how do you load one of these and Christmas wrap it so no moisture get into it. I just realized that it's not very simple to Christmas wrap a 911. I should have bought maybe 2 tarps. This is what I did. I took one from the bottom so nothing splashes up from the bottom, and then I wrapped the whole thing. So with this, we're finished with the acid stripping, and we're gonna deliver the car now to Elite Project that is gonna do the welding cage. So a lot of driving for me today, maybe 10 hours in the car. It's all worth it. So that is the end for today. I'm back at my little island here after about 10 hours driving, starting in the morning, going up to Norway, picking up, inspecting the car, then going down south, dropping off the car to Elite Project, where we're going to spend the next episode, which is when we're going to get the roll cage into the car. So that's going to be really exciting. This episode, we found 20 kilos, meaning we're up to 221 kilos in total. The weight methodology or weighing methodology that I had obviously didn't work out at all, so I need to acquire or buy a better setup for that for the future, as I'm going to weigh the weight of the entire car. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my channel. It's the button down here in the corner here, so please do that. Next episode, roll cage. See you then.